Call it internationalism, call it whatever you want to. Say it's a conspiracy of the Council on Foreign Relations, whatever you want to do. You can't build 800 detention camps in America without somebody hearing about it outside of Canada.
We heard about it.
We need to form a new set of coalitions. So why not say to other important nations, look, you've got some stake here. You want the oil to continue to flow. Let's get together and make sure the oil flows so the international economy doesn't shut down. This, by the way, is not a democratic law. This, by the way, is not a democratic law. You can't wait for a 6-month or a year debate in the UN with no resolution for authorization for action, while 60 countries can meet and in a week or less decide to take action if they have leadership. If they have leadership. Now, we do run up against one kind of Native American bullet. I ran into it last week in the Tedder-covered Boulder bookstore. Several people got up and said, reading from a piece of paper, "How long have you been in the pay of David Rockefeller? Aren't you a member of the Council on Foreign Relations?" Because I've been talking about this new age of internationalism. Well, these are the conspiracists who believe not only that the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderbergs, and the Council on Foreign Relations are a mysterious skull and bones cult that secretly runs things behind the scenes. And that, by the way, this is part of what I heard, that mysterious group had pulled off the 9/11 attacks on America as part of the conspiracy. Well, that's a sidelight, but it tells you what you've got to overcome if we are going to coalesce this country to begin to address some of these problems before it becomes too late. So I simply ask you to think about two ideas. What does it mean to be secure in the 21st century? And how do we go about creating another round, another era of internationalism to prevent the worst possible thing from happening? Thank you all very much.
Following the attacks of 9/11, you rather famously said in front of the Council on Foreign Relations that we can use this disaster to bring about the new world order.
I did not. I've never used that phrase in my life, so you've got some bad information.
Really, I've seen you.
I heard it on
video
YouTube.
After video after video saying this.
I saw it on YouTube too. Gary Hart, coming out of your own mouth.
No.
Okay.
George, I'm not going to repeat what we had at the bookstore. I mean, at the Tedder-cover bookstore. You can film this if you wish. It's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. But George H.W. Bush used the phrase New World Order once, and he never used it again.
Jeez, I saw him use that like 8 times on YouTube.
I'm not here to quarrel with you.
Better check it out.
You asked me a question, I'm giving you an answer.
Side question, change the topic. I mean, might be
Well, let me
interesting.
finish
Okay,
this.
I'm sorry.
And then we're going to
Okay, sure.
other places. Because of George H.W. Bush's phrase, I have never used that. I don't know where you saw it, but it wasn't me. Council on Foreign Relations or elsewhere. What I have said to you tonight is we do need a new international order unless we want to lose tens of millions of people to viral pandemics, proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, climate change, and a whole host of other new realities. Now, if you don't agree with that, fine, but you've got to convince me that the United States by itself can solve these problems, and you've got a big hurdle ahead of you. Yes?
I was wondering, your opinion, given where we are today, do you feel we have the international moral authority or basis to help lead and kind of drive some of these things we're doing?
Not, do I need to repeat the question? The question is whether if we decided to reverse course and begin to coalesce the nations of the world to address what I consider to be new realities, we have the moral authority to do so, and I think, regardless of what I think, the polls of international public opinion, the Pew Research and others, indicate the answer is no. American respect in the world is at the lowest it's been for, in my lifetime, I think, certainly since World War II. And it will take some time to rebuild that. The nation's powers are economic, political, and military. But I argued that we had a fourth power, which was our the respect. I wouldn't quite go as far as moral authority, but the respect people had for us. And my travels of the world convinced me that people admire and envy us for our economic standard of living. They respected us because of our constitutional principles and ideals. Call it internationalism, call it whatever you want to. Say it's a conspiracy of the Council on Foreign Relations, whatever you want to do. But we have to reestablish our position in the world. Now, maybe it's too high-flown to say moral authority, but I think respect. Respect. And I would just say as a formula, the closer we get to what we claim for ourselves, the more respect we gain. So we have to get back to performing, to practicing the kind of politics we claim to believe in. Do you want U.S. Navy, Air Force, Army, and Marine Corps to be the principal, if not sole guarantor of oil coming out of the Persian Gulf to the rest of the world? Or do you want the Chinese, the British, half of Europe, if not 2/3 of Europe, Asian countries, other countries, participating in that effort? Now, the effort isn't necessarily fighting land wars in Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, or anywhere. It's keeping the sea lanes of communications open. It's letting tankers go back and forth. It's all of us just guarantee oil will follow, that's all.
In the past couple of years, starting in January of 2006, the Halliburton subsidiary of Kellogg Brown & Root received a contract from FEMA to
They're my first priority. Is paying customers. Are you filming me? No. Okay.
That was 2 years ago in
I know that you're not going to do any harm whatsoever, but I've had like 3 complaints. A couple of pieces of news right now. I understand, and I explained that first. I tried to be pragmatic, but I really do have to take them to videotaping up there. I know. They're not the ones that were complained about, though.
But if they're videotaping from there.
I'm sorry. I really have to ask it now. It doesn't bother me at all. But in the interest of my customers,
No, I don't know about 800.
He actually said he didn't mind.
I understand that, but the customers are complaining. And I'm sure if you knew that other customers were upset about it, you wouldn't condone it either. I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I really don't. But you have to understand my request.
New York Times, Washington Post.
I need you to turn it off. It's not for my sake.
I'm just
It's
wondering
for
who complained.
when I've had like 3 people that have complained. I really have to take it seriously.
Please.
Okay?
That's fine.
I really appreciate it. I appreciate your understanding.
Give me a break. You can't build 800 detention camps in America without somebody hearing about it outside of Canada.
We heard about it.
Oh, good. Okay. Going to be attacked again. I've said that consistently for 7 years. We're going to be attacked again.
I have no respect for this man. He is part of the New World Order.
Tell me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!